The other day I posted a video that was as concise as a case I could make against the Humane AI pin being a successful product. In it, for the most part, I explain why the hardware doesn't make sense. Go back and watch that video if you want to hear the case that I made. Like any good tragedy, it proved to be fascinating to many people. Let's dig into the tragic elements that lie below the surface of a product introduction that could also be a funeral. How did they get where they ended up? Let's start where they started. They started in 2018. That was long before OpenAI delivered ChatGPT. It was long before a good conversational interface could be created across a large spectrum of subject matter. So while Humane could be seen as the first AI-based mobile device, what it started out to be could be called mobile pervasive computing. If you Google the phrase pervasive computing, you'll find a lot of academic work and not a lot of products. Pervasive computing is the idea that computing should fade into the background and no longer be so visibly physical. It's just there, listening all the time and responding to your wishes. This is a decades-old idea. It was bandied about at the Media Lab at MIT from the very beginning of the Media Lab's existence. Indeed, the idea of pervasive computing was part of the genetics of the Media Lab, inherited from the Architecture Machine Group, or ArcMac, from which it sprang. Just as Apple popularized visual user interface ideas developed at Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center, or PARC, Humane wanted to make pervasive computing the basis of a new kind of mobile device. If you have a bunch of smart speakers at home, you pretty much have pervasive computing, at least at home. What do people use this pervasive computing to do? Mostly, they use it to find their mobile phone. Hey, assistant, where's my phone? Then they pick up their phone and do the thing they want it to do. If you step back, and squint a bit, it's vaguely logical and sensible to make pervasive computing into a mobile device that justifies having a body-worn camera, mic, and speakers. The problem is that unlike direct manipulation, graphical user interface, and visually discoverable applications that make computing much more accessible to a mass market, people don't want to have a conversation with a pervasive computing environment. Why? It's more work than it's worth. People like pointing and clicking. People like pointing and touching even more. People like to see the results of their actions immediately, visually, discoverably, and safely, meaning they can undo what they've done and confirm visually that it was correctly undone. It's simple, it's unambiguous, it works.